So I am going to share with you today my top 4 favorite keto tips, especially for those who are just starting out. So more of a disclaimer, I am more lazy keto. So if you are super strict keto, you're probably not going to agree with all of the things that I have to say, but we are all on this journey and kind of trying our best. So I think that it's important to share how I'm doing it. So tip number 1 is that you need to make sure that you're drinking a ton of water. The rule of thumb is half your body weight. So if you weigh 150 pounds, you want to drink 75 ounces of water every single day. But I try to shoot for a gallon every single day. So with that, and you're drinking more water, you also need to replenish your electrolytes because naturally, if you're following a keto diet, your electrolytes are being depleted. So you can use a supplement, or you can add pink salt to the food that you're eating, pickles, or just find like certain foods that are high in electrolytes, and that will help in that area. So make sure you drink a lot of water and getting your electrolytes. Tip number 2 is not to overthink things. I think the biggest thing that I see from people is they overcomplicate keto when they first start out, and then they get discouraged and they quit. So don't overthink. Your meals should be a meat, a veggie, and a high fat. So find a few things that you love when you're first starting out. Maybe you love like lettuce wraps, or you love like chicken salad on top of a bed of lettuce, or literally just like chicken, veggies, and a fat. Find a few things that you really love and have those consistently for a week, because what's going to happen is you're going to get used to not having all of that junk, and then you can adjust the following week. So don't overthink things. And with that, I would also say, I didn't really count the tips, but that's fine. Avoid Pinterest when you're first starting out. It's overwhelming. A lot of the recipes on there too will require a lot of ingredients, and so if you're keeping things simple, try to avoid that when you're first starting out. Maybe when you're further into your journey, you can look on Pinterest and maybe add a recipe or so every single week, and then you're going to increase your staples in your house. Like maybe one recipe calls for almond flour, and now you have that in your house. Maybe one recipe calls for avocado oil. Again, now you have that in your house. So try to avoid that if possible, just starting out, because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed and I want you to be successful. And then tip number 4, the last tip I have for you, is to do things slowly. So if you're going to incorporate maybe just getting your body moving, you don't need to jump into some crazy workout plan. Just start going for a walk every single evening, or going for a bike ride, or something simple. Get your body moving more than you did originally. And the same goes for maybe starting your diet. Maybe just reduce your breads and your pastas to start, right? And then the next week, reduce your sodas and something else. So take things like baby steps instead of just like ripping the Band-Aid off. It's up to you. You can do whatever it works best for you, but I find that taking things slowly and doing like 1 or 2 things at a time is super helpful and leads to your success as well. So I hope you found these tips valuable, and I am always here. If you have questions, you can always drop them in the comments below.